So what happens if you import a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra? I know that would be very tempting for me, especially if and when that phone comes out, that it's a complete knockout device with everything that I've been wanting in a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold phone. Bigger, brighter displays, better cameras, faster charging, and just a better overall phone in general. Then I'm gonna wanna import it. And I know some of you guys are gonna wanna import it as well. But what are some things to know and wonder and just have in your mind if you do import this phone? Because if you import an international phone, it will not be perfect, but at the same time, some cool things will happen with this device. So let's go through the list of things that you should know that if you're gonna import a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra when it arrives in July of 2024. The first one is most likely you're gonna have no warranty at all on this phone from Samsung. So if this phone is defective, not because of your merit, but because of the phone just malfunctioning, you're really out of luck. You cannot file a international grievance with this phone with Samsung unless you live in Korea. If this phone's only out in Korea, you can't. You're gonna have to live in Korea and then do it over there, which is gonna be why you're importing it anyway. But so if you're doing that, you know, you're gonna run into some issues. The way you can get around it is you could potentially get some insurance on the phone, but they're not gonna replace it with an international version of the phone. If they replace it at all, it's gonna be an American version, or they're just gonna give you your money back. So at least you could get some kind of insurance on the phone, but in terms of a direct replacement and getting it warranted, you're out of luck. Samsung Pay most likely will not work. It's designed to work with the Korean market. It's not going to work most likely with the USA market. Sure, there's ways of, you know, hacking the phone and uploading a different firmware onto there, but that involves some technical expertise, and I don't ever do this, and I don't advise you guys to do it. You can run into bugs and issues, and again, it might need to be warranted again, and you're just out of luck, and it messes up Knox, which is their security software, leaving you with an unsafe phone. So if you use Samsung Pay, even Google Pay might not work. I'm not 100% on that, but there's probably a high probability that won't work either. Since it would be a Korean version of a Samsung phone, it's probably not going to work, at least here in America, on Verizon networks. It might work a little bit, but I don't think it'll probably work at all. And then on AT&T and T-Mobile, which are GSM networks, it's going to most likely be missing some of the bands that those carriers need. So you could probably use it on T-Mobile and AT&T, not to its 100% full capacity, but maybe to like 75 or 80%. Maybe you won't even notice a difference, but there will be some difference. It won't be as compatible most likely as the regular USA version, because those versions have all the bands that are compatible with the carriers here in the US. And then if you bring this over to Europe, again, you're gonna run into issues most likely as well with this. So you gotta be very, very careful that if you do get this phone, that it might not fully work with your carrier. One of the cool things about the phone is most likely it's gonna be cheaper. And the reason being is you're gonna be getting a phone that is being sold in a market that is potentially not its home market. I've seen on Walmart, you can get a Galaxy S24 Ultra for about $1,000 brand new. Again, you're not getting a warranty or anything, but it's $1,000, and you can buy that phone, just to add on to that, you're gonna buy that phone and it's being cheaper because a lot of people aren't gonna want this. It's also might be more expensive. You have to keep that in mind as well. But most likely, if you wait a little bit, and I'm not talking 6 months down the road, I'm talking a few months or a month, it's gonna be cheaper most likely than it would be in its own Korean market. Another cool thing is you're gonna get updates sooner than most people. The updates for Samsung Galaxy phones almost always first come out in Korea. So when they get pushed out, your Korean phone most likely and should get the update first. So you're gonna be, if there's a new feature that's pushed out, or even updates that are just regular software updates, sometimes they're pushed out a month in advance or more weeks and weeks in advance. So it's kind of cool to be able to get those updates and features before most people. And then lastly, where will you be able to buy it? Amazon, Walmart, eBay. Online, obviously, you're not gonna be able to walk into a Walmart and be like, give me the Korean version of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra. It won't be like that. You're gonna be buying it from, say, Walmart, which is gonna have a third-party seller. You're gonna be buying it from Amazon, who is a third-party seller, or eBay, obviously, everybody's basically a third-party seller on there. And that's where you can be able to buy that Korean version of the phone. But those are some things to think about. It's not gonna be 100% awesome experience in terms of using it here in the United States or Europe or somewhere else, because it really wasn't designed in a lot of ways for those countries. It's designed specifically for Korea. So I'm still, I'm very curious about this phone if and when it comes out, but some things to think about. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.